Okay, so at this part we're going to talk about what is the formula for variance and standard deviation. Well, I showed them to you right here, and here it is. Okay, now I'm not going to. Gosh, I don't remember this one. I don't expect you guys to remember this one. I'm just going to show you how you can find the variance using this table right here below. Okay. But I do expect you to know that standard deviation, which is this, is the square root of variance. So if you're given variance, to find the standard deviation, you just take the square root of the variance to get the standard deviation. Or if you have standard deviation, you just square it to get the variance. Okay? So I got this scenario below, and the data below here is the number of miles and thousands that a specific tire lasts. So we have this tire, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tires, and we just want to figure out how many miles it lasted in thousands right here. And we collected this data. One tire lasted 66,000 miles, 143,000, 137. This guy must have been driving this one really hard. 150,000, another one 54,000 miles. Okay? And from this data, we want to find the standard deviation and the variance for the tires. Now the first step is to find the mean for this set of data. We need to find the mean. That's what our x bar is, the mean. So to do that, we just add this value plus this value plus this value plus this value, and we divide by 5 because there's 5 values there. So I got it almost set in the calculator. I got all the values added up. Enter, and we'll divide that by 5. Oh, that's nice and neat. It's 50. So our mean for this scenario is 50,000, but we'll just keep it as 50. Okay, that's our average. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use this table right here below. And this table will help us calculate our variance. And then from the variance, we can figure out the standard deviation. And really what this table is doing is it's kind of doing what this formula is doing right up here. This table is actually doing the formula for you. So the first part is to take these values, the 66, the 43, the 37, the 50, and the 54, and just put it in for our x sub I. Okay? Those are each of your values. So we're going to take the 66, put that in there, the 43, put that in there, the 37, put that in there, the 50, put that in there, and the 54. Okay, so I put those values. Now, this row, what it wants you to do is take the x sub I, your value right here, and subtract it from the mean, or to take the mean away from it. So we have 66 minus 50, so we got 16, and then we have 43 minus 50, so we got -7, and then we have 37 minus 50, so we have 13, and then we have 50 minus 50, so we have 0, and then we have 54 minus 50, so we have 4 right there. So that was that part. Okay? Now, this next row, what they want you to do is they want you to take all these values right here and square them. Okay? They want you just to take this value, which is right there, and square it. So we got to figure out what is 16 squared. I forgot what that one was. 16 squared. So 256. 256. And then we got -7 squared. Now remember, when you square a negative, it becomes a positive. So this one's 49. And we got 13 squared. Let's try to remember what that is. 13 squared. 169. And then 0 squared is 0. 4 squared is 16. Okay, and now we need to total the bottom. Let's total this whole bottom. So we have 256 plus 49 plus 169 plus 0, and I need to put that one in there, plus 16. And that gets us a total of 490. Okay? Now this total right here, what we just found there, is this part of this formula right here. We just added this, summed it up. That's what this thing is. Sum it up. All these values squared. Okay? And now, what do we need to do with that value to find the variance? We just take this 490, and we divide it by how many numbers there were. Well, in this situation, there were 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we take 490 and divide it by 5. Okay? The number of n. And that's you can see in the equation, it's right here. We're dividing it by the number of terms, the number of data values. So what's 490 divided by 5? Let's figure what that one is. 490 divided by 5. And we get a value of 98. Okay? So our variance, this is our variance. That's what we were solving for, is equal to 98. Now how do you find the standard deviation? The standard deviation is equal to the square root of the variance. That's what I said. So we just have to take the square root of 98. So standard deviation is equal to square root of 98. I wonder what the square root of 98 is. Square root of 98. Close that sucker off. So we got 9.899. We'll just put that there. Standard deviation is equal to 9.899. Okay. Now, this is a process, and it's not the shortest process to find standard deviation, but this is how you find it. Okay. So to find standard deviation, we're going to use a table like this. It's going to take a little work. If we have a lot of data, you're right, it would take a while. But this is the fastest, most efficient way to find standard deviation.